Good morning. Today we build an epic reservoir from MorningCraft. So today we're back in the Thildrum Vale, and this time we're going to be in the Farming Valley yet again. In the previous episode we built this beautiful row of trees, but we have left the other side of the valley completely neglected. I mean, look at all that mess behind me. It really does need some work. And so I got my shovel and got to work on cleaning this up. We've only got our weird goat pen here, and it's clearly not very effective because the valley is filled with goats. But after a little bit of work, I've managed to make a wonderful ledge for us to build upon. Along with this ledge, we're going to be building something amazing for the valley. Although I did accidentally dig into the spot when I was excavating, so I'll fix that at some point. Why do I always do this? You can see now with half of the ledge dug out how much extra character this brings. Really separates out each of the tiers, and now I've wrapped this a little bit further around. It's starting to look pretty good. With the ledge fully wrapped around, you can see now that we have an entirely new area in which to build some houses. And of course, we're going to need to finish this off with some trees. It also really frames the castle, as it gives it a nice steep drop-off. But what might be the most important part of today's episode is this reservoir. This is going to be feeding Farming Valley with fresh water all the year around. And it gives us a beautiful waterfall to do a whole bunch of things with. Look, it's one of those goats. So we have a wonderful waterfall here with a little island in the middle. But this water seems to go nowhere. If only there was a way we could put all of this water to use. And it turns out there is a way. I built this nice little pathway and then an aqueduct that leads to the central tower. And I decided to do something pretty interesting here. It's going to be filling the entire valley with water for all of the crops. And it has a pretty interesting design when it's finished. It's also one of many diorite obelisks that stands out in Thildrum. We've got the cathedral, we've got our castle, and then over here in the Farming Valley, we're going to have another. But let's take a closer look at how it's going to work. Zoomy times, there we go, right. You can see it's got this sort of corkscrew platform that sort of goes down into the ground and puts a bunch of water where it needs to be in the soil. So the reservoir, the waterfall, and this corkscrew tower are going to be feeding the entire area with hydration. But it looks pretty crap. It's not very good at all. It's not very interesting. These trees look good, so I decided to make the tower match. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. It's got a pretty ethereal fairy tale feel about it, which is much better than the water tower I built in Mornington. I'm so glad I got rid of that. It's got this lovely tree in the top and a bunch of glowberries to sort of stand against the clean white quartz from which it's built. Overall, I think it and the aqueducts are a great addition to this area. Pretty pleased with the Farming Valley. But there's still a little bit more that can be done. I added a second aqueduct leading into the other side, and that comes from the upper levels of the ridge. Now our valley is both beautiful and well hydrated. It also looks pretty good in the sunset. You still have to attend to the other side of the valley, which is still a massive mess. It's going to need trees like our bridge from the last episode. But before we do that, let's go to a quick story segment. See you in just a minute.
Dawn is here, we march.
While the forces of Sakurajima had made it to Ladagan, they would have to cross the bridge to arm themselves. Like a slick black oil, they flowed through the streets, the Earl and Emperor disarming Thaldric conquerors.
Push through.
And leaving the weapons for their own unarmed men. The Thaldric conquerors were strong, but caught off guard by the two legendary warriors disarming them.
Ladagan fighting back on the edge of starvation. This will be fun. Let's cut them down to size.
By the time Armstrong was aware of the attack, the forces of Sakurajima had already pierced through to the bridge, where the dog and Mayor Jansen were confused at the commotion. While the bridge was almost won, Armstrong and Struppy arrived.
Struppy, do you recognize this army?
It's good to see you, old friend.
The dog recognized the Earl immediately and moved to lower the blockades. Help for Ladagan and safety for Sakurajima were both found on this bridge as the cathedral basked in morning's light.
We must secure the retreat.
The Earl, the dog, and the Emperor headed to help the last few people of Sakurajima reach the island.
Well, 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 if it isn't my two favorite people. We have the cowardly Earl, who seems to have grown a backbone, and the dog, who seems to have taken a respite from wasting resources on cathedrals. As for the stranger, your army is inside and I'm sure well equipped now. But you three are stuck out here, with me.
Okay, we're back, and you can see the trees that we put in the last episode, and also the great big walls that it stands upon. And we're going to need to be doing the very same thing here. And so I got started with the walls. Also built this between takes. It's pretty cool. I'll probably do a mini episode about that. But you can see here I put in some stone walls which give this ridge a little bit more definition. The grass on top and the stone walls make it look nice and defined. And with that done, it's time to put some walls in and build some trees. And just like that, walls were in. God, I was expecting it to happen now. Give it like a second. Ooh, we did it! Yay! Awesome, cool, yeah, there we go. Walls. Next, we're going to need to put trees all over this ridge. Also, you can see a horse walking around. I punched it like 12 times. But now we can see our ridge with a whole bunch of trees. And it's looking pretty good. Now matches the other side and provides a bunch of places to build. The farming valley now looks amazing. We've got lower level where all the crops are grown. We're going to have a number of small family farms along the ridges, and then we have a huge water tower feeding the valley with fresh water to grow crops. I've spent about 2 episodes now on the farming valley, so I think we'll probably move on to something else in the next few episodes. That'll probably be either the Grand Sport or the Parliament. There's something I want to build in Grand Sport once the story catches up to where it needs to be. And also the Parliament, I'm going to just keep sort of consistently upgrading that as the story moves along. But for now, I think that these aqueducts and this water tower, combined with the reservoir, look really, really good. Also the camels. The camels need to be contained. And finally, I built this pretty cool cherry tree on that little island in the reservoir. There's definitely a bunch to be done there. Maybe we could turn that area into a park. But for now, that's all the time we've got in the farming valley. Thundrum really is filling up, and I'm kind of concerned at the rate we're going. I have to start a new city soon, which is a big commitment. But speaking of big commitments, I hope that you are committed to having the most awesome day following on from this morning. Get out there, do what you gotta do what you should do what you can do, and then do whatever you'd like to do, in that order. Don't go messing around playing video games if you've got a deadline. But yeah, get stuff done, have a good time. I'll see you on Friday for the next episode, where we'll be playing, you won't guess this, MorningCraft again. So I haven't seen the movie. Probably not going to.